Hi guys, I'm back today and I do not have any tasty treats for you. However, I know that we're all working super hard on our packets that were sent home. So I thought today that we would go over the problems of the day for week 4 so we can go over these together. All right, number 1 says Millie ran 3/4 of a mile, Sam ran 2/3 of a mile, and Tara ran 5/8 of a mile. Who ran the least amount of miles and who ran the most? So whenever we're talking about distance with fractions, a great way to do this so that you can see visually is to create a number line and put your fractions on that. Then you can compare them much easier. So I went ahead and drew my number line. So here I have Millie, and she ran 3/4 of a mile. So I drew my number line, I separated into fourths, and I put a star right here on 3/4, which is how far Millie ran. Then I have Sam. Sam ran 2/3 of a mile. So I draw my number line, I break it into thirds, and I put a star here where Sam ran 2/3 of a mile. It's important when you're drawing number lines, just as it is when you're drawing fraction strips, that your number lines are as close to possible the same length. If you have different lengths of number lines, then when you go to compare the distances, it's not going to be accurate. And then at the bottom I have Tara, and Tara ran 5/8 of a mile. So I drew my number line and I broke it into eighths, and I put a star at 5/8 where Tara ran. So the question asks first, who ran the least amount of miles? So if I look here, I can see that this star for Millie is the farthest and the closest to one whole, which is what this last mark represents on all of my number lines. So she didn't run the least because the least means smallest, or who ran the shortest amount of distance. So I come down here and I'm comparing Sam and Tara. If you look closely, it appears as though Sam and Tara ran exactly the same amount. If you look a little closer, and sometimes it helps a lot to take your pencil and line it up because that's a really straight edge, or if you have a ruler, that would be great too. But if you do line these up, you can see that Tara's star is a little bit shorter. Now, when we're drawing number lines, it's very easy to make mistakes, so I just want to double check my answer here. And a way that I can do that when I have marks on my number lines that are really close together and I'm having a really hard time comparing them to see where they are is I can take my two fractions. So in this case, I have Sam at 2/3 and I have Tara at 5/8. And one thing I can do is find a common denominator between these two and then change my numerators. That way, once the denominators are the same, you simply look at your numerator to see which one is the largest. So I'm thinking about my factors of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and then I'm thinking about my factors of 8 as well, right? 8, 16, 24. I know that 8 times 3 is 24. So all I have to do is write 24 beside these. What do I have to multiply 3 by to get to 24? Good, 8. So what I do down here, I have to do at the top as well. So 2 times 8 is 16. So 2/3 is equivalent to 16 over 24. Then I'm going to do the same for 5/8. What do I need to multiply 8 by to get an answer of 24? Good, 3. So then I multiply the top by the exact same. 5 times 3 is 15. So 5/8 is equivalent to 15 over 24. Now they have the same denominators. I can look at their numerators and tell which one is bigger. So the person that ran the least amount, the shortest amount of time, is 15 because it's bigger, it's smaller than 16, which is also 5/8. So Tara ran the least. And now who ran the most? That one was a little bit easier to see on our number line, right? It's easy to see that Millie ran the most or the farthest with 3/4. Okay? Now, number 2, Mr. Garrett needed 563 pencils for the teachers in the county. Pencils come in boxes of 8. How many boxes of pencils will he need to buy to have 563 pencils? So this is a division problem, right? We can solve this using division. 563 divided by 8. So on my paper, I'm going to write 563. And then I'm going to draw my lines. And I'll put 8 on the outside. I'm going to say, okay, how many times will 8 go into 5? Well, 8 goes into 5 0 times. 0 times 8 is 0. Then I subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5. I take this number and I move it next door, right? Now, 8 divided by 56. Think about your multiplication facts. You're supposed to be remembering those, correct? Good. 8 times 7 is 56. 56 minus 56 is 0. I take this 0 and I move it next door. Having a 0 in front of this number doesn't change it. It's still just 3, okay? So how many times will 8 go into 3? 0 times. 0 times 8 is 0, and 3 minus 0 is 3. So he needs 70 remainder 3 boxes of pencils. Now, if you're buying boxes of pencils and he is responsible for handing these out to the teachers in the county, can he just say, oh, sorry, you guys don't get pencil? No. So he's going to have to buy an extra box of pencils because it's way better to have a few extra than not enough, right? We'll have some mad teachers there. So he needs 71 boxes. Okay? Number 3, Ingalls just got in 47 cases of milk. Each case has 34 cartons of milk. How many cartons of milk did they have? Okay, so this is a double-digit multiplication problem, and we're going to solve it using the area model. So I'm using 47 times 34. 47 times 34. Okay, once I have my problem written down, I draw my area model, and I'm going to expand 40. So it becomes 40 plus 7. Then I'm going to expand 34, and it becomes 30 plus 4. All right, 30 times 40. Here's a trick when we're multiplying by tens. You can multiply the single digits and then add the zeros, right? So 3 times 4 is 12, and there's 2 zeros in this problem. So 30 times 40 is 1,200. Now I'm going across the box. 30 times 7. 3 times 7 is 21, and there's 1 0 in this problem. So 30 times 7 is 210. Now I'm coming down here. 4 times 40. 4 times 4 is 16, and there's 1 0 in this problem. So 4 times 40 is 160. Now I'm coming across. 4 times 7 is 28. Now, with my partial products here in the center, I'm going to add them up. So I'm going to add 1,200, 210, 160, and 28. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. And then I bring this 1 all the way down. So my answer is 1,598. 1,598. Okay? That's a lot of cartons of milk. Susie bought 54,321 stickers, and she gave 2,387 of them to Bobby. Now how many stickers does she have left? So this is a subtraction problem. 54,321 stickers is what Susie started with. Then she gave away some to Bobby. So when she gives them away, we're subtracting that from her total, right? 2,387. Okay, so this is what she started with. This is what she gave to Bobby. All right, 1 minus 7. Well, if I only have 1, I can't take 7 away, right? So I need to do some regrouping here. Okay, so I'm going to borrow a 10 from next door, and this is going to become 1, and this is going to become 11. Now, what's 11 minus 7? 4. Very good. Okay, now I'm at 1 minus 8. If I have 1, I can't take 8 away from it, so I need to borrow again from next door, right? So I'm going to borrow from here. This goes down to a 2, and this will become a 12. What's 12 minus 8? 4 again. Good job. 2 minus 3. Again, if I only have 2, I can't take 3 away. So I'm going to borrow from next door. That becomes 3. This becomes 12. 12 minus 3 is 9. Good job. All right. 3 minus 2 is 1, and then I bring this 5 straight down. So now Susie has 51,944 stickers left. 51,944 stickers. Okay. Last but not least, number 5. Number 5 says Kyle has 342 stickers. Kylie, has 342 stickers. She is going to divide them between herself and her 3 friends. How many stickers would each one get? What's something important about this problem that you noticed? Right, she's going to divide them between herself and her 3 friends. Don't be fooled by this word problem and only divide by her 3 friends, because she needs to include herself in that. So instead of dividing by 3, we're dividing by 4. Good. So 4 goes on the outside, and my number in the top is 342. Okay. How many times will 4 go into 3? 0. 0 times 4 is 0, so I have to subtract. 3 minus 0 is 3. I bring this number next door. 34 divided by 4 is, what do we get close to with our multiplication facts, right? Which one? 8. Good. 8 times 4 is 32. 34 minus 32 is 2. I bring this 2 next door, so now I'm saying 4 divided by 22. Okay, the closest I can get to 22 is 4 times 5. Good. 5 times 4 is 20. 22 minus 20 is 2. So 85, remainder 2. So here's the deal. If you are sharing your stickers with your friends, right, she has 2 left, but there's 4 friends. So unlike in our pencil box example where we would buy another pencils, we can't buy more stickers. So each friend is going to get 85 stickers. Okay? All right, that is your week 4 problems of the day.